und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer neuen Folge Let's Play NBA 2K18. Wir befinden uns in der Karriere. Ein Spiel ist schon durch und was uns weiter in der Karriere erwartet und ob ich im nächsten Spiel besser spielen werde, das seht ihr jetzt. Viel Spaß! So, dann wollen wir mal schauen, ob es im zweiten Spiel besser läuft. Übrigens der Hinweis, wenn euch das Spiel gefällt, ne? In der Videobeschreibung findet ihr nicht nur die komplette Playlist zur NBA 2K17, da könnt ihr mal vergleichen, wie das sich grafisch und so weiter und spielerisch getan hat, von letztem zu diesem Jahr, sondern auch einen Link zu unserem Partner Game Laden und dort bekommt ihr das Spiel derzeit am günstigsten, deutlich günstiger als im Laden. So, dann wollen wir mal gucken, was ansteht. Moment, ich wollte eigentlich noch mal kurz gucken, bevor wir das nächste Spiel starten, ob ich noch ein Ziel habe. Aber ich glaube, ich habe alle gemacht, oder? Mal gucken. Genau, nur noch dieses verbessere meinen Spieler, das kommt noch. Das heißt, wir können das nächste Spiel spielen. Es geht gegen die Phoenix Suns. Und ob ich da ein bisschen mehr Spielzeit bekomme und meine Spielzeit auch besser nutze, das werden wir jetzt sehen. Wie? Ich kann doch keine... Oh. Ich will keine Belohnung. Was kann ich hier alles gucken? Plaketten, Attributen. Ach so, shit, ich bin auf dem falschen Dings. Hahaha, hier muss ich hin. Jetzt geht's los. Viel Spaß.
Well, as you've probably heard, very soon we are going to be starting the NBA 2K E-League, where teams will be drafting the best 2K players around the world, which is super exciting for us. But I want to know, if you were to create a 2K E-League team with just NBA guys, who would you put on your squad?
I would definitely start off with KD. You know, definitely put Paul George in there. Hopefully Kobe would want to do it if he had some time in his schedule. And then I'd probably have to go with a big like DeAndre Jordan or DeMarcus Cousins or something like that to play on my E-League.
Well, thank you for that. Congratulations again, of course, on your career and also becoming a 2K cover athlete.
I'm
joining
excited.
The family.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel. Appreciate it.
We will have more from our
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Clippers playing against the Phoenix Suns. Well, for the Suns, they are hungry for a win here. Last season, they got swept by this team. 4 straight losses, something they haven't forgotten. And here we are, start of a new season. So much drama coming out of the gate.
Drama for your mama.
Shaq, for the teams that are underperforming thus far, what can they do to try and right the ship?
Look, Ernie, it's early, so don't overreact. You can mix up the rotations a little bit. Don't be scared, Coach. Do what you got to do.
Well, first, you got to keep believing in yourself. But I love these player-only moves.
Oh, I'll bet
Oh,
you.
I
stop
did,
it.
man.
Really? You liked them?
Oh, because I used to, that's the only time I could really look in your face in front of the other 11 guys and tell you how I really feel about you.
Like, Akeem, you're killing us.
No, that never was said. It was more like, we should only give it to Akeem because he's the only one not killing us.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Say what? What? You say something?
Nah, man, I'm just looking at my preseason stats, man. They're horrible.
I mean, you're horrible, Rook. What site is that you on?
NBA.com.
Oh, yo. Hey, come here, man. You got to look at the in-house stuff. Man, that's just the box scores. Teams got high-speed cameras all around the arenas and the practice gym. Hey, tell this dude.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I do
This the
analytics.
stats kid. The
Aaron.
stats kid.
That's cool too.
So how my rookie doing, man?
Hey, man, nice to meet you. I'm DJ.
He's actually doing really well. Your per possession stats, there's like 96 possessions in an average game. If you extrapolate those numbers based on
DJ,
your
don't you
possession-
listen to this man. He's full of bird seeds. You just keep your head in the game, okay?
Got it, coach.
Stats and possessions.
If you extrapolate those numbers based on the amount of possessions you play versus the raw totals,
The raw total? What about the cooked totals? I don't understand.
If you your per possession stats project you as a starter.
See? That's my rook, boy.
Hey, man, I like the way you talking, man. Keep talking to me like that, bruh.
Of course, if you need anything else, let me know.
All right, bro.
Numbers related, of course.
I like you, man. I like that dude.
Hey, he's a commodity around here, man, so use him wisely.
I'm gonna use him every day.
The Suns are looking to defeat their Western Conference rival going into this game. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And David Aldridge will be on our sideline tonight reporting. The story here, Tyler Eulis, injured and unable to play.
Yeah, Kevin, no more uncertainty about the seriousness of the injury. Well, we only got a preliminary diagnosis after he came out of that previous game, but now they sound sure about it, and hopefully we see him back on the court in less than a month.
Well, everyone who watched his last game cringed when he went down. Glad to hear that the injury is not season-ending.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Jimmy Butler survived a tough upbringing in Tomball, Texas. He said that's all anybody ever wanted to talk about. But I don't want that to define me. If I'm stuck in the past, then I won't get any better. I won't change. I'll get stuck as that kid. That's not who I am. I'm a great basketball player because of my work. Guys.
Thanks, David. You can tell Butler has a good head on his shoulders, an elite talent in this league because of the hard work he puts in. Maybe too soon to start talking about this, Doris, but we see some young teams getting blown out. Clearly, they're in rebuild mode. At what point do you start to focus on player development versus winning games?
You know, this is such a tough organizational issue because you have to balance the priority of giving your young talent an opportunity to get the repetition necessary in a playing environment, in a competitive situation, versus we owe a commitment to our fans to win and win at a high level because they're paying the ticket prices and ultimately, you know, playing a part in our success. So I think some of this has to be, where are we at the midway point? Are we legitimately in playoff contention, or is it time to now focus on our player development? This is an organizational decision that has to happen organically over 82 games.
And you know what losing does to a culture? It can disintegrate a culture.
No, it's a great point. You do not want young players to get comfortable with losing. You are so right about that, Kevin.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Booker and Jackson, the young perimeter pair. Chris and Chandler are up front as Bledsoe in at the 1. Now here's Williams. Feeds it to Beverly. Jordan the screen. Bledsoe against Beverly. Shot clock at 6. Williams, that's good.
And so it begins, taking control right up front.
Well, don't you love that they seized the lead from the beginning, exactly how you want to start off the game?
Here's Bledsoe. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Lakers. Chandler a screen. Back to Bledsoe. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. On defense, the Suns. It's a 3-point game. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, and some nights, you know, the starters carry the load, and then there's others when it's about the bench. That night, the bench won out.
Well, they came to play for sure, and it took the pressure off that starting unit, which is exactly what you're hoping they would do.
And Blake Griffin, a free agent this past summer, ended up staying with the Clippers while others departed.
Yeah, you thought he might be gone after CP3 left, but Griffin enjoyed the team, and they offered him a huge contract. You felt as though he flew under the radar a bit in free agency, due maybe to his history of injury.
Now here's Griffin. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Lakers.
You know, he was also one of their key contributors on the glass. His effort was terrific.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. He rifled that one in from distance. Booker's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Gallinari outside. Passes it to Griffin. Fires from the wing. Tyson Chandler grabs the board.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
And Chris throws it down.
Well, first of all, that's a great pass. But how about Chris with the vertical assault on the rim?
Gallinari outside. He dishes it to Williams. Jordan the screen. Williams can't get it to go.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
Well, I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
Now, here's Beverly. Launches it. Shot's good. Griffin making the play.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Here's Bledsoe. Chandler, the pass to Booker. Over Williams, and the Suns tack on two more.
Well, the jumper is dangerous from anywhere, there's no doubt, but mid-range is where Booker hits the highest percentage.
And you look at the Clippers post Chris Paul. The team is still in a position to compete.
I think they had to fill in gaps when players left, but I really like the job they've done overall. I mean, they have good inside and outside presence. Not the same, but they aren't in a horrible spot.
Here's Booker, following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Here's a screen by Chris. And stolen by Jordan. On the wing, Williams. Defended by Booker. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And that's the trademark Griffin finish. Get in tight, elevate, and throw it down with authority. Big fella is a beast down low.
One of the most impressive things about Blake Griffin is great when he gets out and runs the open floor.
Yeah, not to mention his ability to run the break himself. A terrific ball handler, even under pressure. And one of the best passers at the four in the league, if not the best. And no longer a guy you're okay to foul. Griffin's made steady improvement at the free throw line.
Booker against Rivers. Shot off the pick. The dish to Williams. Knight kicks to Booker. Over in the corner, Williams. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell. Phoenix shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Free throw missing. Los Angeles making a switch here. Reed's checked in. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Clippers leading by 8 to the wing right side. Pick by Harrell. Teodosic, the pass to Decker. Rivers. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Outside Knight. Pass to Booker. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Booker's got 7 points in the game.
You love it when guys play bigger than you think they are. Booker proving that he's not just a threat from the outside.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. From DeAndre Jordan, who talks about...
Das erste Viertel ist vorbei und wir wollen kurz analysieren. Also ich denke, dass die Clippers einen guten Job gemacht haben in den ersten Minuten dieses Matches. Und ja, mal schauen, wie es in den zweiten 5 Minuten wird. Und ich hoffe, dass ich dann ja auch ein bisschen Einsatzzeit bekomme. Ich habe ja ein bisschen was gut zu machen seit dem letzten Spiel, aber an sich entwickelt sich das Spiel in eine richtige Richtung. Relativ deutliche Führung für die Clippers nach dem ersten Viertel. Und damit zurück zum Spiel.
The inspiration he drew from head coach Doc Rivers.
Doc told me, you know, you should be Defensive Player of the Year, not just for one time, but for multiple years. And I could tell that he wasn't trying to hype me up or just telling me that because I was his player. He really meant it. Once you have that confidence from somebody like that, you can only play well.
A strong case can be made that Jordan played like the Defensive Player of the Year this past season. And the fact that he didn't win it, it looks like it'll keep him motivated.
And you gotta love how the passion to play defense burns in DeAndre, and how Doc has stoked that fire with desire and inspiration. I mean, I have to believe we're going to see that confidence proven to be right.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Feels like they're getting a lot of deflections, hands-on basketballs resulting into steals. This has been pretty to watch.
On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Booker and Warren on the perimeter. Jared Dudley out there with Allen Williams. And it's Knight in at the point guard position. Doris, you've interviewed so many great players and coaches. What are some of the key personality traits that stars seem to share?
Yeah, I would say it's probably like somebody who's either a lawyer or a doctor, right? They're always A-type personalities. They're competitive. They're perfectionists. They have great capacity for work. I don't think you make it to the NBA unless you're incredibly committed.
Well said.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Here's Teodosic. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Reed misses.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
Here's Williams. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Rivers passes to Teodosic. And the layup's good off the glass.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Outside Knight. He kicks it to Booker. 3-pointer. Fresh 24 for the Suns. They set the screen. Dudley with a screen on Rivers. Booker dishes to Knight. Five to shoot. The Suns need to get a shot off. The 3 from Warren. And it's Reed pulling it down. Clippers leading by 4. Teodosic the pass to Rivers. And that one drops. Rivers has got his first bucket of the night. Phoenix has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And you have to give a lot of credit to Austin Rivers for how he has improved since his rookie season.
And one big reason for Rivers earning his spot is his improved efficiency. Had trouble shooting from the mid-range and out early on, and worked on that part of his game, which opened up everything else for his skill.
1:51 left in the first half. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Yeah, the defender all over.
It's his first trip to the line.
Shoot 2. That free throw, no good. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Reed. Blake Griffin comes in for Harrell. Wells, he's checked in for Sam Decker. And DJ's subbed in for Teodosic. And the Suns here with a different look. Alex Len's checked in for Williams. Bender comes in for Jared Dudley. Jackson, he's checked in for Warren. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Devin Booker. Good on the second free throw. And the Phoenix Suns, one of the younger teams in the NBA.
And I think, Kevin, you have to give credit to the Suns organization for making some great picks in the draft. Devin Booker and Marquise Chris both look like steals given where they were taken. The front office has added some franchise cornerstones even before drafting Josh Jackson this summer.
Now here's Jordan, following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. Shoots over Len. Misses off the left iron. Suns trail by 7. Jackson has the open look. Phoenix, no good that time either. For Los Angeles, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Clippers leading by 7. There's the pass to DJ. To the left side wing. And again, no good by the Clippers. Well, Phoenix shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Jackson down low. He's guarded by Rivers. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, mad respect to Bender for pounding the offensive boards there. So skilled at earning second chance opportunities for his team.
Now here's Griffin. He has 5. 27 seconds left to play here in the half. Clock at 6. The feed to Jordan. Rivers in the corner. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Rivers has got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers. Poke loose. Bledsoe against Griffin. Bledsoe outside. They get it back. Another shot. A putback. And so it's Los Angeles holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by.
Ja, bevor wir gleich runtergeben zu David Aldridge an die Seitenlinie zur Halbzeitanalyse. Unsere kleine Halbzeitanalyse, also in der ersten Halbzeit. Ja, die Clippers waren deutlich besser und ich muss sagen, ich habe diesmal meine Einsatzzeit auch deutlich besser genutzt. Also die Leistung war deutlich besser als noch im letzten Spiel gegen die Lakers. Bin ganz zufrieden und mal schauen, wie sich das noch in der zweiten Hälfte so weiterentwickelt. Also, wir gehen runter zu David Aldridge an die Seitenlinie. David, deine Halbzeitanalyse.
From the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. High-scoring half, Blake. What broke this game open?
It starts on defense. You know, our defense did a good job of getting stops, getting rebounds, getting out there over floor, and got some easy buckets, and then shots start to fall.
Looked good in the first half, Blake. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Clippers leading by 8. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. The heart of the team at the 4 and the 5. Griffin and Jordan. Everly and Williams are the 1 and the 2. And it's Gallinari in at the 3. Suns trail by 8.
it's fair to say Tyson Chandler, not the player he once was, but still a fantastic rebounder and eats up space and does everything you want from a big man.
Los Angeles has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Gallinari outside. Jordan sets the pick for Gallinari. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And with Chandler, Greg, he still rebounds at a fantastic rate, even though he's the team veteran. As long as he gets minutes, he'll get you some boards.
And part of that is because he's always been one of the smarter rebounders in our league. Just aware of how to set up and track the basketball after the shot goes up. And he makes great use of his length and strength.
The first free throw is good. Both shots good from the stripe. Well, we all have hobbies outside basketball, Doris. You've said that one of your passions is cooking, and I know this personally. I have to ask, what's your best dish? What's your specialty?
You know, that might be too many to name, but if I were to pick just one, I would probably have to say my chicken tetrazzini is my children's favorite. Boy, I can throw down in the kitchen, Kevin.
Learn that from mom? You just picked it up on your own? How'd you learn to be such a good cook?
You know, my daughter and I, that was one thing that sort of really bonded us. We would watch a little cooking show on TV, head to the kitchen, and try to reproduce it. So Sarah and I did some work.
Love that story. Booker with no one around. Again, the miss by Booker.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Williams' shot is off.
Well, an 0 for 3 start to the second half. They're going to have to start tightening things up on the offensive end.
Pass to Chris. Tries a 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Griffin's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Boy, they can't buy one right now. 0 for 4 to start the second half.
And it's out of bounds, and they say last touch by Griffin.
Well, he's obviously anticipating different movement there, and instead of an easy connection, the pass sails straight into the front row.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Reed, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan, and it's Harrell in for Blake Griffin. Alan Williams, he's checked in for Phoenix. Warren comes in for Jackson. Now here's Booker, 7 points in the game. Here's Williams, goes back up, and the layup is up and in. Williams has got it back down to single digits for the Suns.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Yeah, they may have gotten the feeling he would dish it off, but he had a surprise for them.
And it's Gallinari missing. Suns trail by 10.
And up and down this Suns roster, there is a ton of youth. One of the younger teams in our league last season, and that was weighted with Tyson Chandler's age. A lot of young players looking to make their mark here in the NBA.
Excellent use of the screen that time.
Not always the most consistent perimeter threat, but Bledsoe makes the defense pay on this one.
Gallinari outside. Carroll setting the pick for Gallinari. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Gallinari's got 4 points now in the quarter. Phoenix has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Williams, a screen on Beverly. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Lets it go from deep. That's good from Williams, the assist by Harrell. And now it's a 12-point Los Angeles lead. Williams, a screen on Beverly. Here's a screen by Chris. Bledsoe kicks to Warren. Just 5 to shoot. Excellent D there from Williams. Los Angeles leading by 12. Here's Beverly. Booker pulls it in. Well, Phoenix shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. A three from Warren bangs home the trifecta. Warren's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. LA's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Harrell setting the pick for Gallinari. Goes up at the stripe, and the shot goes in. Gallinari's got his second bucket of the night.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Well, you've simply got to push through that, right? You need to at least contest the shot. Otherwise, he's going to knock it down.
No good from Booker.
As off as he's been this quarter, it's not helping them to trim the deficit.
Dishes to Beverly. Over in the corner, Williams. Over Booker. Shot from 12. Again, Los Angeles.
Boy, the assist just put on time and on target. Easy shot opportunity.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 13. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Suns trail by 13. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. They've got Jackson. Jared Dudley out there with Brandon Knight. And it's Chandler, and it's Len in at the 4. Knight into the lane. Can't connect from 13 feet out. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
And you can live with those over-the-back calls sometimes because at least it's an effort play.
Right, because you'd rather have guys playing aggressive and physical than being too timid.
Here's Teodosic. Here's Griffin.
Well, Len has added some strength and a bit of nastiness, Kevin, and it's serving him well on the defensive end.
That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Dudley.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Now here's Griffin. Jordan the screen. Griffin down low. Chandler on him, and the layup's good off the glass. Griffin's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers. Chandler is screen. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. And here's Dudley for 3. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 6 rebounds in the game. Rivers gets a wide open look. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. 9 points for Austin Rivers.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Well, still working to become a more accurate free throw shooter. And what you like about Len is he's getting to the free throw line a lot more consistently.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And the Clippers are known as a high wire act, and rightfully so with their stars. This team is also one that can at times lock it down defensively. I don't think they get enough credit for what they do on that side of the ball.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Clippers not a team known for their defense, but quite often the last few years, it's been the deciding factor for them in games.
Yeah, I think it starts with the pressure they place on ball handlers. They can throw double teams or pick up far out from the hoop. They've got shot blocking inside to erase mistakes as well.
Now here's Jackson. Len, a screen. Jackson kicks to Knight. Back to Jackson. Lots of room. No good off the front iron.
Well, you don't get much more wide open inside the arc. He simply got to make that shot.
Now Wells up top Rivers. Kicks it to Wells. Land against Griffin. They grab their own miss. Here's Jordan. Chandler with the block.
One of the great rim protectors, really, over the last decade or so. Chandler just twice on the pipes on that one.
Gallinari, he's checked in for Wells. And for the Suns, Bender comes in for Alex Len. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Jared Dudley. Suns trail by 14. Bledsoe with it. He feeds it to Jackson. Pass to Bender. Chandler with a screen for Bender. He used that pick just right.
Well, what a great sense of timing. Bledsoe easily gains separation off that screen.
Clippers leading by 11. Left side, Griffin. Doris, we've heard plenty of coaches say it. If you're going to take it to the rack, man, take it strong. Who would you say are some of the more aggressive dunkers that you see in the NBA now?
Yeah, so on his own, creating his own opportunities at the rim. Russell Westbrook comes to mind. LeBron James. Sometimes I feel like he's going to tear the backboard from the stanchion. DeAndre Jordan and Andre Drummond sometimes are the recipients of either offensive rebounding, putback, great dunks. There are so many, Kev, but those are just a couple of names that pop.
And the Antetokounmpo kid in Milwaukee, the way he is so long and seemingly out of place, and then all of a sudden those arms extend another 3 feet and he dunks it. How in the world did he reach it? How did he do that?
The guy is like, he's a pterodactyl. The guy can take off from the top of the key and cover ground and throw it down. It's unbelievable.
Man. Hey, Greg, when you look at all the dunks that DeAndre Jordan has on his resume, it's pretty impressive.
And Jordan, I feel, is even underrated with his dunking ability. Very agile. You can see that in warm-ups as well as the dunk contest. His unmatched power when attacking the rim, really unprecedented. He may be the best athlete in the league.
And the first one at the line is good. And All-Star Week, a fan favorite, certainly, Doris. We all love it as broadcasters, as fans. But are there any changes you'd like to make in any event or the weekend overall?
Well, I think one thing that would be fascinating to me is to see the best players, for instance, the Klay Thompsons, the Steph Currys, those people, the best shooters in the league, participate in that particular three-point contest. Think back to Larry Bird when he walked in the locker room and said, who's coming in second tonight? Like, those are great. We can't get enough of our stars. I'd like to see the stars have to participate in at least one event, Kev.
Good thoughts. Hey, Greg, when you watch Josh Jackson play, it's easy to see that he can eventually be one of the best defenders in the league if he works at it.
The blocks and steals, I think, will always be there for Jackson with that length. As he progresses as a player, though, he should improve in the little things. It reminds you a bit of a young Andre Iguodala at times with how explosive he can be athletically.
First free throw is good.
And one of the things that stands out about Josh Jackson out of Kansas, his playmaking ability at that forward position. For a guy 6'8", you can put the ball in his hands and let him create offense for you, much like a Draymond Green.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And Josh Jackson, Greg, out of Kansas, able to step into that point forward role well.
And in today's game, you can't have too many playmakers on the court at one time. Josh Jackson is Draymond Green 2.0. You know, a little bit better athlete, can be a difference maker defensively, but also has that high IQ on the offensive side to make everybody better. And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Clippers.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for DeAndre Jordan.
Boy, this guy played with some swagger and intensity on the boards tonight, dominating the physical aspect of the game.
Bledsoe passes to Chris. Jackson from long range. Jordan with the rebound. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
And here's Beverly.
Am Ende vom Spiel kurz mal anhält.
Winning this one easily. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play,
So, was gibt's diesmal als Bonus? Ich finde ja, ich habe ganz gut gespielt. Ja, gibt ja so ein bisschen mehr Punkte. Was? Mitspielernote 10 minus? Das stimmt doch gar nicht.
Good effort out there, fellas. Real good effort. That was a good game. I like what I saw. Superstar. Oh. Good game, brothers. Real good. Y'all keep it up.
Also ich würde ja sagen, eigentlich war meine Leistung in diesem Spiel ganz gut. Also zumindest besser als im ersten Spiel, aber es ist natürlich immer noch Luft nach oben. Dafür brauche ich sicherlich auch ein bisschen mehr Einsatzzeit, um da noch viel mehr zu reißen. Aber das wird mit der Zeit kommen. Gewonnen haben wir, das ist wichtig. Und wenn euch das Video gefallen hat, dann lasst einen Daumen hoch da. Ihr dürft auch sehr, sehr gerne kommentieren. Und wenn ihr uns noch nicht abonniert habt, dann abonniert uns doch einfach. Vergesst aber nicht, die kleine Glocke neben dem Abonnieren-Button zu drücken, denn nur dann bekommt ihr alles mit, was bei uns im Kanal so abgeht. Und ihr habt es gehört, das Telefon klingelt schon wieder, da gucken wir bei der nächsten Folge drauf. Im Abspann, da könnt ihr jetzt auf die linke Seite des Bildschirms klicken. Da bekommt ihr Tipps aus dem Kanal. Auf der rechten Seite, da könnt ihr nochmal alle Folgen von NBA 2K18 euch anschauen. Und in der Mitte, da könnt ihr uns abonnieren. Und damit sage ich Tschüss und macht's gut. Bis morgen.